Hello, Michelle. How's everything today?
Everything is okay, Lindsay.
All right, all right. Everything's okay. Good to hear. Good to hear. What are we getting into on All Ears English today?
Well, today we're going to talk about the doctor, actually. Have you been to any doctors recently?
Yes, for sure. I was at the dermatologist recently and different doctors. I was supposed to have a dentist appointment the other day, but I missed it, so that's not good.
Oh, no.
Yeah. What about you? Do you go to the doctors a lot?
Yes, I do. I do go to the doctors a lot. But yeah, recently I had a physical. That's always important to do. Make sure everything is in check.
Good.
But yeah, guys, today we are going to be talking about doctors and names for doctors. Gosh, this episode could be really, really long, but I chose a few.
Yeah, I mean there are so many specialties, specializations, right? I personally love the show The Good Doctor. I like to watch that. It's really a cool show about a doctor who has autism and but he's a surgeon. He's an amazingly talented surgeon and he practices in Silicon Valley area. You should check it out, Michelle, if you haven't seen the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't ever seen it, but I have heard good things. So,
Yeah.
okay, good to know. So Lindsay, what is another episode we've done about the doctors?
Okay, episode 1795 is called An Apple a Day, English Idioms Using Doctor. We do insert the term doctor or the medical world into our language a lot to connect, Michelle, don't we?
Yes, and it's important to know the words for specific kinds of doctors, right? Because you never know, right? We wish everybody good health, but you got to check in, right? So today we are going to focus on a specific suffix used frequently with doctors, so you can get used to pronunciation and use. Do you ever not know what a specific doctor is? Like if somebody throws out a different word for a doctor, you're like, what kind of doctor is that? I feel like some of them I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it can be really interesting to learn them, and you feel really smart when you know them.
Yes, it's true. It's true. It's true.
Like even within dental work, because I was having this conversation with my dad, there's the dentist, and then there's also the periodontist who works on your gums. And then there's also, like, if you're getting crowns or fake teeth, there's a prosthetist, I think, or something like that. Prosthodontist, right? Orthodontist if you're a kid and you're getting braces, like all these things. It's crazy, Michelle. It's crazy.
Yeah. So definitely. And Lindsay, do we want to remind our listeners of anything?
I think we do, especially the fact that, guys, this show is on YouTube. We have a whole channel called All Ears English, and this episode will be on there. So if you prefer to consume this podcast on YouTube, seeing our faces, seeing our expressions, we both have very expressive faces. So you can check out our channel. Yeah.
Yes, please do. So let's get into it. I mean, Lindsay, do you have a favorite doctor? Like, is there a doctor that you really connect with?
I'm just thinking about, what kind of doctor is it because most of the time, like when you're going to a doctor, it's kind of annoying or something that you don't, maybe someone more along the lines of an optometrist or an ophthalmologist, because like there's not a whole thing where they have to take your blood pressure and your weight, and all those things are just annoying, So.
Yeah, I have a favorite doctor.
What is it?
Well, I loved my OBs, which is the ones that deal with your pregnancy, that deliver your baby. Like, I love them. They were so great.
That's
But my favorite doctor of all time is my cardiologist. I have just like a very minor heart condition that I get checked out. I mean, knock on wood, minor, but like it's just like I go once a year usually. And this doctor, I found him in the city, and he has the best bedside manner of any doctor I've ever met in my entire life. And I have had some doctors who are the exact opposite. I have one right now who I am not so pleased with. Anyway, but this one, he's just amazing. This bedside manner is so important. I mean, what do you think makes a good doctor, Lindsay?
Well, yeah, I think these days doctors, it's a hard conversation, right? Doctors, they do need the soft skills, right? To talk. I mean, I was just having a lot of conversations on the phone with my aunt's doctor. And I liked her a lot. Like, I liked that she told me when she was going to call again. I'm going to call you tomorrow with an update. That's important. Those skills matter. So soft skills and hard skills. What was your question again?
What do you think makes a good doctor?
Oh, soft skills and hard skills. But it's a lot to ask, right? Because, if you think about it, there are other professions where that don't deal with people as much. Like if you're an advanced coder or software engineer, you don't necessarily have to have those soft skills, although you usually should. But the thing with doctors is that it's human facing all the time. So must be hard, don't you think?
Yeah, it's probably pretty exhausting. And also the healthcare system, they sometimes have to go too quickly through patients. So sometimes maybe they want to, have a better bedside manner or have more relationships with their patients, but it just, the system doesn't really allow for it. So it's tough. We have to understand both perspectives. But
Totally.
I do love my cardiologist. So anyway, so let's go through some vocabulary. So this suffix, we were talking a little bit about dentist, optometrist, and things like that. But today we're going to focus on ones with that OGIST.
Okay. So, and this is the key piece today for the episode, guys. This is what you're going to come away with, is understanding in English when we're talking about any kind of specialist, it's always going to be OG or GIST, right, Michelle? Most of the time. Most of the time.
Not all the time, but a lot. This
time.
is a very common one. Like, like orthodontist, that's TIST. So, there are certain specialties that don't follow this. But we're just going to focus on the ones that do today.
Okay.
So I thought that could be a common theme. So the first one is cardiologist. Hey, my cardiologist, love you. So that is the heart doctor, right? Cardio, right? Think of cardio exercise, and then you can remember that that's a cardiologist, a doctor of the heart.
Yeah, it's so important to keep ourselves moving, keep our cardio in shape. That's always interesting to see what other words, guys, can we expand out to. And by the way, I'm sure that we have listeners who are these exact professionals in all of these disciplines. I know we have a cardiologist, more than one, many cardiologists in our listener base, dermatologists, urologists, gynecologists. We have them all. And so we're talking to you guys. And for our listeners who may have just moved to the States or the UK and you need to book these doctor appointments, right?
Yes, this is important. So you said it. You mentioned that you recently went to this doctor. What is it?
Dermatologist. And the reason I went is that in Colorado, the skin cancer rates are very high because the sun is so strong and we're so close to the sun. Here, we're at 5,000 feet. Right? We're a mile high. So now that I'm getting a little older, I have to go get a skin check every year. So exciting, Michelle. These good, fun things we get to do when we get older.
I've been meaning to go to the dermatologist for a very long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to get one of those checks too. But yeah, dermatologist, guys, because derma is like skin, right? So it's like a doctor of the skin.
Exactly. And then the next one is urologist, right? This doctor deals with the bladder issues, urinary issues, other things.
Urologist, urine.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess that's where it came from. And then gynecologist.
Yes.
With the reproductive organs, female reproductive organs. So this one is like, sometimes people call them like the gyno, right? They'll abbreviate it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny if you think about it. Why do native speakers only abbreviate that one? Why don't we abbreviate the derma? Did you go to the derma or the
right?
Or the
we
cardio?
Don't say did you go to the cardiologist. I mean, you don't say this cardio. Yeah, you don't. Like,
don't say that.
I'm trying to think if there's another one where you do that, but yeah, so the gyno, right? Do you ever say that?
Yeah, sure, of course, yeah. But I never abbreviate any others. Maybe it's because people feel awkward talking about that topic. I bet that's why.
yeah, probably. That's probably true. So, and another one with that same suffix. And here we go. Another one is ophthalmologist. So what is this, Lindsay?
So this is a doctor of the eyes, but there are two kinds of doctors of the eyes. So there's an ophthalmologist, and I think an ophthalmologist usually does more heavy surgeries and that kind of thing. And there's also an optometrist. As my dad was actually an optometrist, where he kind of did the initial screenings, the family medicine, the yearly checkups, and then most surgeries he would refer someone to an ophthalmologist in the hospital if he had to operate. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then there's the last one we'll do is neurologist. So this is of the nervous system, right?
Yes. Also, nowadays we're coming into a whole generation that's having, dementia issues. So that is who a person would go to be screened for dementia, would be a neurologist. Okay. Right. So those guys and girls are going to be very busy in the next 10 or 15 years, sadly, in the States and the world, honestly, Michelle. I think we're about to come into a huge epidemic Of dementia. Yeah. It's happening.
Good times.
Good times. What's the good news today?
Yeah. Now that everyone's depressed.
Right.
Yeah. So guys, let's talk about, I mean, there are so many more. We couldn't do all of them today, but guys, to focus on that pronunciation, it's the that gets the stress, right? Cardiologist, dermatologist, urologist, gynecologist, ophthalmologist, neurologist. So
love it. So useful that you point that out, Michelle, because I think for our listeners, guys, it's also listening, right? It's listening. It's hearing that word. When your general practitioner is telling you, you need to see this kind of doctor, you want to make sure you understand what they're saying.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. That's right. You want to know. And so just knowing that word stress, that'll help you. That pattern. Right.
I love it. That's so useful. Okay. Very cool. Okay, Michelle. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do some practice, shall we?
All right. Yes. All right. Let's do a role play.
All right. I think I need new glasses. I'm going to make an appointment with my ophthalmologist.
Okay. You know what? This is not a role play. This is just some examples. I just realized.
Okay.
Then the role play comes later. All right. The next one is my friend has a rash on her hand, so I'm going to drive her to the dermatologist.
That would be a strange conversation already.
Yes, exactly.
We're just saying our issues at each other. We're kind of speaking at each other rather than to each other.
Oh my gosh.
And the next one, she went to the neurologist and everything was fine.
All right. It takes months to get an appointment with that gynecologist, so call early.
Or she went to a urologist, again, ologist, and he gave her some meds. She feels better now.
A cardiologist came to give a lecture on heart health.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Any tips to remember each one, Michelle? I mean, it comes back to the body, right? Thinking about core roots of the words.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Derma, skin, neuro, like nervous system, urologist, urinary,
cardio,
right?
Cardiology, cardio. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you really can just put it together. Now that you guys know the ologist or ogist or gist, you'll get it. You got it. So good. What's next, Michelle? Role play?
All right, let's do it. Now comes the role play. Here we are friends and we're talking about our doctors.
All right. Can you make it at 11?
No, sorry. I have a gynecologist appointment. What about 1?
Oh, no, I have a neurologist appointment. So many doctors.
That's okay. We will do another day. Just not Thursday because my husband has a urologist appointment that I had to drive him to. Do you ever find a new ophthalmologist?
Nah, but I'm going to ask around. My cardiologist always has good recommendations.
That's good. Okay, gotta head to the dermatologist. See you later.
Oh gosh, Michelle, is this what things are going to look like in 20 years? We'll have conversations like these?
Probably. That's what happens, right? So, oh man.
I love it. So we'll go through these real quick, right? So you said, no, sorry, I have a gynecologist appointment, right? So reproductive issues, only women go to the gynecologist, right? It's just mostly for women. Yes.
And then I have a neurologist appointment.
And then you said, just not Thursday because my husband has a urologist appointment. Right. Yes.
Okay. And then I said, did you ever find a new ophthalmologist?
And then I said, nah, I'm going to ask around. My cardiologist always has good recommendations.
And then I said, that's good. Gotta head to the dermatologist. See you later.
I think we've done some episodes in the past. I don't think we had them highlighted here, but I think we have talked, I don't know which episodes, but guys, come back to allearsenglish.com and type in, American medical system, because we there is a lot to say, Michelle, about our medical system, about how things run and kind of the challenges that we have right now as a society. Episode 1359, Health in America, Drug Prices, Insurance Companies, and Demonizing Wealth is one. There's a lot of good stuff to dig into our content, guys, to learn more. So interesting.
Yeah, it's a huge topic. So definitely listen.
Really interesting. What's the takeaway, Michelle?
Okay, guys. Well, we today we wanted to focus on some of the main doctors that are specialists, and we talked about the specific suffix. So this was not only a vocabulary episode, but also just kind of dissecting the words a little bit, and the suffixes that go along with them, as well as the pronunciation. So we taught you a key pattern so that you know how to pronounce these words.
Yep. It's all about the patterns, guys, right? That's how we can learn 30 words while learning one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is how we learn in a smart way. We look for patterns. Love it.
Right. This is an efficient way to learn. So this was fun, Lindsay, and I hope you don't have to go to any more doctors.
Same to you, Michelle. Same to you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I hope you have a great day, and guys, wishing you lots of good health.
Sounds good, Michelle. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.